If you are over 65 years old or have parents or close relatives of that age, you urgently need to learn something about a habit many consider essential for health. Taking a daily shower or bath seems like a normal hygiene routine, but it can quietly harm elderly people every day. I am talking about daily bathing. This may sound shocking since we were taught that cleanliness is the key to health and well-being. As a doctor with over 30 years of experience, I have seen a different truth. Working with elderly people, I noticed dangers that few know about. Many elderly people lose consciousness or suffer from heart complications due to habits related to daily bathing. This happens more often than it seems. Every day, elderly patients fall in the bathroom, thinking it was just a normal and harmless shower. Such cases can lead to tragedy. If you are an elderly person or have a beloved parent who insists on daily bathing, be sure to watch this video to the end. The information I'm about to share could save someone's life. Please click the like button and subscribe to the channel for useful tips. You will receive more helpful advice that will help maintain the health of you and your loved ones, as well as practical wisdom for everyday life. Support helps spread important information. Now let me tell you about 5 shocking truths about bathing after 65 that most have never heard of. Shocking truth number 1. Hot baths can be dangerous for the heart. Have you ever wondered what happens in the body when immersed in hot water? Heat causes blood vessels to dilate rapidly. The medical term for this is vasodilation. As a result, blood pressure can drop sharply. For a young person, this may cause slight dizziness. But for someone over 55 with heart disease or high blood pressure, this drop is dangerous. I will never forget a patient, the kind-hearted Jen, 90 years old. He was proud to have been taking hot baths since his teenage years. Jen believed that hot baths were what made him strong and healthy. He really looked healthy until one frosty January morning. That day, he lost consciousness in the bath due to a heart attack. The only salvation was that his daughter came to visit him in time. He ended up in intensive care and never took a bath alone again. This story warns about the risks of hot baths for the elderly. Most people do not know that after 65, the autonomic nervous system weakens and controls heart rhythm, blood pressure, and thermoregulation worse. It reacts more slowly to sudden changes, such as moving from hot water to cold air, which can cause a dangerous drop in blood pressure. Such a drop in blood pressure can lead to fainting or even more serious consequences, as confirmed by my clinical observations. When a person over 65 years old takes a bath with a temperature above 41 degrees Celsius for more than 15 minutes, the strain on the heart increases. This strain is comparable to a light jog, but under the conditions of standing on a slippery and confined bathroom floor. So what should you do? Here are my safety recommendations that I give to my patients to prevent heart and blood pressure problems. First, lower the water temperature. Keep it between 38 and 40 degrees Celsius, that is, from 100 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Check the water with your wrist or the back of your hand. It should be warm, but not scalding to avoid burns. Limit your time in the water to a maximum of 10 minutes. This is enough to wash, but not to overload the heart. Be sure to drink water. Have a glass before and after the bath, as elderly people tend to become dehydrated, which further lowers blood pressure. Sit in the bath on a sturdy shower chair. A seated position reduces the risk of falls and makes bathing easier. If you feel dizzy, do not bathe alone. If you are over 80, always inform someone in the house that you are taking a bath. Consider installing an emergency button or alert system in the bathroom. These small measures can prevent serious medical situations. Daily baths can severely damage the skin of elderly people. As we age, the skin becomes fragile, and hot water and soap accelerate aging and dryness. After 50 years, the skin produces only half the natural moisture compared to when we are 20. This makes it more prone to dryness and irritation. Even without illnesses, the skin ages faster if you take a hot shower or bath every day. This worsens its condition and causes peeling. One day, a 78-year-old woman named Serena came to my appointment, complaining of severe itching that prevented her from sleeping. She had red and inflamed skin on her hands and back. These symptoms greatly reduced her quality of life. I asked her about her bathing habits, and she replied that she was very clean. She washed from head to toe every day, not missing a single patch of skin. After several tests, we found that her skin was so dry and cracked that it became vulnerable to infections. Constant washing removed the skin's protective layer. According to dermatologists, elderly patients who washed with soap more than once a week had a 60% increased risk of developing clinically dry skin. Dry skin is not only uncomfortable, but also dangerous. Cracks in the skin can lead to infections that complicate treatment and cause pain. I had patients hospitalized with skin infections caused by frequent washing. These cases required serious medical intervention. I have developed bathing methods based on many years of experience and observations, specifically to protect and nourish aging skin, which becomes more fragile with age. First, let's talk about cleanliness. I strongly recommend reducing the number of baths or showers to 3 times a week to maintain skin health. This may seem surprising, especially to those accustomed to daily showers, but the skin needs time to restore its natural oils. As we age, sebaceous glands become less active, leading to decreased production of protective skin oils. Daily baths, especially with hot water, worsen the problem. Strong soap removes valuable skin lipids, causing dryness, itching, and even cracks. Consider how the skin suffers from daily friction. It becomes thin and damaged over time. Give the skin a rest between baths. This is the best gift for aging skin. Soap does not need to be applied all over the body every time, especially without vigorous rubbing. Focus on important areas: underarms, groin, and feet. These areas are more prone to odors and bacteria and require special attention when washing. The rest of the body can be gently rinsed with water or a soft cloth. Excessive washing of hands, feet, or back can cause more harm, especially with regular soap. It is important to choose the right soap. Acidity supports the skin barrier and fights harmful bacteria. Soap with alcohol disrupts this balance. It is recommended to use a mild acidic soap or cleanser with a pH of 5.5 to 6. It effectively cleanses without damaging the skin. Remember the golden minutes. Apply moisturizer immediately after bathing to preserve and support skin health. Apply moisturizer within 3 minutes after washing, as the skin is still damp in the first minutes and absorbs moisture best. If you wait too long, the water will evaporate and the skin will lose moisture. Gently pat the skin with a towel, do not rub, and apply cream immediately. Think of it as sealing in moisture to keep it in the skin before it evaporates and causes dryness. Choose moisturizers with ingredients that do more than just sit on the skin. Look for products with ceramides and hyaluronic acid. Ceramides are the building blocks of the skin's protective barrier. They retain moisture and prevent irritants from entering the skin. Hyaluronic acid acts like a sponge, attracting water from the environment to the skin to keep it plump and soft. Together, ceramides and hyaluronic acid form a powerful duo to combat dryness, flaking, and tight sensations. Many elderly people experience discomfort after bathing due to dry and tight skin. These ingredients help address that. Now, let's move on to the third shocking truth. Recovering after falls in the bathroom is extremely difficult. The bathroom seems like a place for cleansing and relaxation, but for many elderly people, it becomes dangerous. Falls in the bathroom are the leading cause of injuries among the elderly, and this is a fact that cannot be ignored. My experience and research show that falls among elderly people happen very often. Let me share a case that stayed with me for a long time. Last winter, an 88-year-old man slipped while getting out of the bath. At the moment he lost his balance, he broke his hip and was urgently taken to the emergency room. The man underwent surgery, which was successful. But his life changed drastically. He did not regain his previous mobility, lost independence, and was forced to move into a nursing home. This fall broke not only a bone, but also destroyed his usual routine, confidence, and freedom, which were so important to him. The statistics are alarming. 38% of falls in the bathroom occur during or immediately after taking a bath. Many of these falls lead to bone fractures. People who suffer a hip fracture face a sharply increased risk of death. According to research, the mortality rate 1 year after such a fracture in elderly people over 80 is about 25%. This means that 1 in 4 elderly people dies within a year after a hip fracture, which is a tragic consequence of falls. Many do not realize how dangerous a simple fall can be. The main causes are slippery floors, water with soap, and an almost invisible slippery surface in the bathroom. Sudden changes in blood pressure when standing up after a hot bath are also dangerous, as they can cause dizziness and loss of coordination. When all these factors, slippery floors, poor lighting, and loss of coordination, combine, the risk of falling sharply increases, threatening the health and lives of elderly people. This is a recipe for disaster, but there is good news. Risks can be reduced with simple practical steps that help avoid unpleasant incidents in the bathroom. Install non-slip mats in the bathtub and on the bathroom floor. This is one of the most effective and economical ways to prevent falls. Studies show that such mats can reduce the risk of falls by more than 90%. This is an important step for your safety. Move slowly. Do not rush to get up after a bath. Give your body time to adapt to the change in position and temperature. If you feel dizzy, sit down and wait. Your safety is more important than speed. Do not ignore this advice. Ask for help, especially if you are over 80 years old or live alone. Do not hesitate to seek support. The ability to maintain a stable body temperature begins to decline with age. In people over 80, it is 40% worse. This becomes especially dangerous after a hot bath, when the body quickly loses heat in a cooler room. Let me tell a tragic story. In January of last year, a 92-year-old woman took a long, warm bath before bed. She didn't dry off completely and sat in a slightly cold room. After an hour, her body temperature dropped to 34 degrees Celsius. This is a clear case of hypothermia. The woman was urgently taken to the emergency department to save her life. Now let's talk about something often overlooked, but playing a key role in your well-being after a bath: safety. Temperature control is important for skin and body health as you age. I want to share tips on how to keep your body safe and warm after a bath. First, always warm the bathroom before entering. Thirdly, after completely drying your body, immediately put on warm clothes. This includes drying your hair, even if you don't feel cold at the moment. Wet hair can act like a wick that draws heat from the body, worsening the cooling of the organism. This point is often underestimated, but it is very important. The heat from your scalp makes the whole body feel colder. Elderly people often skip this step and wake up in the morning with a sore throat or a runny nose. Socks and long sleeves are useful for maintaining a stable body temperature. They help retain heat and protect against hypothermia. Drink a hot beverage after a bath. Warm tea, hot water with lemon, or warm milk help stabilize the body's internal temperature from within. A few sips of such a drink restore warmth and help blood circulate properly in the extremities. It is comforting and soothing. Especially in winter, take a bath between 2 and 4 p.m. At this time, the day is warmer, reducing the temperature contrast and easing recovery. Morning baths can be a shock to the aging body, and evening ones can make you vulnerable to the cold night air. Daytime is the ideal time for bathing. The fifth shocking truth: being too clean can weaken the immune system and make you more susceptible to colds. We were taught that cleanliness is the key to health, but excessive hygiene can harm and weaken the body's defenses. The balance between cleanliness and natural immunity is important for maintaining health, especially during the cold season. Take care of yourself by keeping your body warm and not overdoing hygiene to stay healthy and avoid colds. Alongside piety, when it comes to aging skin, excessive cleanliness can be harmful. Your skin is not just a protective layer but a living ecosystem. The skin contains millions of beneficial bacteria, known as the microbiome, which work around the clock to protect the body from harmful invaders and maintain health. These bacteria are not just present, they are actively working. However, frequent baths with soap can destroy this protective shield, especially in elderly people. In youth, the skin recovers quickly, but after 65, this process slows down and the skin becomes more vulnerable. Every time you rub your skin, you not only clean it, but also wash away the protective layer of the microbiome, weakening the body's natural defense. I was truly touched by the story of an 83-year-old woman who came to me last winter with recurring skin infections and severe dryness. She took a bath every day using strong antibacterial soap, believing it was right, but her skin lost its natural oils and protective microbiome. Small cracks formed and harmful bacteria gained free access to invade, causing infections and rashes. Then I realized that her skincare routine needed to change. Bathing less frequently, using gentle cleansers, and properly moisturizing the skin. After the changes, she began to slowly recover, infections stopped, and her skin became healthy and hydrated again. The redness disappeared, and she even said she felt comfortable in her skin again. This is not just an anecdote, but the result of a recent study with Seoul National University. We found that people over 75 years old who washed with soap every day had 35% less skin immunity. Those who bathed only 2 or 3 times a week had stronger skin immunity. This figure should make us reconsider our habits. How can we stay clean without weakening skin immunity? Let me share the principles I follow in life. Limit shower cleanliness to 2 or 3 times a week. This gives the skin and beneficial bacteria time to recover and regenerate. Avoid antibacterial body soaps. They make no distinction, killing harmful and beneficial bacteria alike. We don't need such a scorched effect. Gentle cleansers that maintain pH balance are your best friends in skincare. Use soap only on areas that truly need cleansing, such as the armpits, groin area, and feet. There is no need to rub your hands, feet, or back too hard. This can disrupt the natural balance and protection of the skin. Maintain the humidity level around 46%. Dry air draws moisture from the skin, weakening its protective barrier. This disrupts the balance of the skin microbiome. Simple humidity control helps preserve the health and beauty of the skin for many years. A humidifier can work real wonders, especially during the winter period when the air becomes dry and the skin needs extra protection and care. I understand that changes require effort, especially when habits have long been rooted in life. But it is worth remembering the ancient Chinese proverb about the time to plant a tree. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. You can start today, without delay and without waiting for the situation to worsen. These are not just skincare tips. These are steps to preserve your dignity, comfort, and health during aging, so you can live not only longer, but better. If this video was helpful to you, consider subscribing, liking, and turning on notifications so you don't miss new tips on healthy aging. With the right knowledge and small daily changes, you can look 10 years younger and be 20 years happier, improving your quality of life. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, dress warmer, and always care for your beautiful skin, as it is the key to your health and comfort. This is not just television of wisdom, where aging means becoming wiser, and the path to harmony with oneself and joy of life at any age.